Wedding ceremonies were put on hold during the first lockdown, starting up again in mid-May. During the latest lockdown, small services at the Registry Office continued. And while smaller ceremonies have been allowed, there were many who had their plans for larger celebrations cancelled or put on hold due to the pandemic. Guy and his bride-to-be Kezia chose to postpone their wedding last June to this summer.
I mean, we thought we were playing it safe by moving it by a year, and now we're feeling cautiously optimistic because since we've both had our first jabs, we're thinking, well, maybe we're going to be all right, but then we just don't know how things are going to unfold across the border. And it's not so much just the pandemic anymore, it's also when the 6 months are up for the potential, Schengen deal. If that doesn't go according to plan, then our guests might need other visa requirements in order to move into Spain and cross the border, and we're not sure how that's going to go, so a bit worried about that too.
And you're also a supplier to weddings as a musician, so COVID must have affected you professionally as well as personally.
Yeah, so unfortunately last summer all of my wedding bookings were cancelled or postponed. It's looking like things are picking up again this year, at least for the end of summer, kind of playing it safe until then, and slowly some more bookings are coming in, so we're back to playing live hopefully soon. But it's sort of like this COVID situation has knocked us from both sides. But but there's worse things. At the end of the day, the wedding industry is gonna recover, so it's all looking good.
The COVID pandemic also had an unexpected impact on one man who's found a new hobby, witnessing weddings.
A lot of couples couldn't get married in the UK, so they were going on to forums like Reddit, for example, and I picked up one post a year ago, and it was a couple asking for witnesses at their wedding because they didn't know anyone in Gibraltar. So I thought, well, I've got nothing to do today, I'll go and do that. And then the next week there was another one, so I did that as well. And then I thought, actually, this is becoming a bit of a thing. So I put up a post on Reddit saying, any couples who are looking to get married in Gibraltar, just send me a message. And then before I knew it, every week there was 2 to 3 weddings, so I couldn't handle the load myself. So I set up a group on Facebook where I was messaging my friends, and then they were able to make themselves available. And before we knew it, we had 3 to 4 people every week just getting married. It was fantastic.
So how does it feel to be part of a stranger's wedding?
It's been actually really eye-opening because I've met people from all over the world now. I've met people in Australia, from the US, from Poland, Romania, everyone just coming over, getting married, and it's a very unique experience to be part of their story, because while it might not seem much to you, you're just taking a break from work to drop down to the registry office for an hour. They remember that for the rest of their lives, and you're part of their story for the rest of their lives, which is just something you get very rarely these days.
And sir, you may kiss your lovely bride.